pair of composers. So please help me welcome Joshua van der Ven and Kailesh Reitmans. Here you go, Josh.
Thank you.
How are you today?
Good, thanks.
Great. Have you heard your fanfare played in public yet?
No, not yet.
No. So you have that experience to look forward to.
Yeah.
Now you hear from a fellow composer what it's like. So, what did you write for in your fanfare? What instruments?
So I wrote for all the available instrumentation, so single woodwinds, 2 horns, 2 trumpets, trombone, and then strings.
Great. And were they instruments you were writing for the first time? Any of them?
It was the first complete piece I'd written for orchestra, but I had experimented with writing for some of them before. But yeah, it was definitely a different experience to write for the full orchestra.
Yeah. And what was it like working with a conductor?
Interesting. It was a little bit intimidating at first because of how energetic he was, but yeah, it's something I've learned from just being able to communicate with them exactly what you want in a way that doesn't come across as being particularly aggressive or...
Oh, right. Well, conductors have to be energetic because they have to have enough energy to actually command, about 80 or 100 musicians in front of them. So it's really necessary to be authoritative. Yeah. And yes, because orchestral time is quite valuable, and thank you again, Australian Youth Orchestra, we have to be really efficient in how we communicate to the conductor, who then communicates to the players. So, tell us the title of your piece.
So my fanfare is called Fanfare for the Modern World.
Yes.
And basically I've called it that because some of the melodic ideas which I incorporated into the piece reminded me of the business of today, of life today. The sort of non-stop motion of the piece is reminiscent of how life is constantly so busy.
Wow. What do you normally write for? What instruments?
Just sort of orchestral instruments in small ensembles. So
what do you play?
I play viola, piano and clarinet.
Right. Excellent. Is there anything you want us to hear in this piece in particular?
Not anything in particular, but just sort of the motion of it, the way I've tried to incorporate busyness.
I'm sure they'll come across. Here we go. And how are you today, Kailesh?
I'm well. I think I'm on the same 5 a.m. time zone as Nick, though. I'm from Sydney this morning, so
right. Right. Now, you normally deal with a different kind of music altogether, not orchestral music.
Yes,
What's your primary
genre?
genre?
I'm into sort of film music and writing for theatre as well. So I work with I work with samples a lot and sort of produced music. So a lot of my writing doesn't necessarily have practical applications in an acoustic sense. So having to consider real life musicians was just a totally different dynamic and very interesting.
So you normally create audio recordings to get played?
Yes, right. Absolutely. And I think the whole idea of actually combining sort of produced sound and acoustic sound is something I'm super interested in.
Right.
So it was incredibly valuable to get the other side of that dynamic, basically.
Are you working on anything like that right now?
Specifically, sort of, I'm in my final trimester of university at the moment, so my biggest project at the moment is completely produced music, but in the future, with hopefully bigger budgets, that's absolutely something I will do, so yes.
And you have an idea for a piece that combines acoustic instruments and electronics?
Yeah, I mean, I think any sort of, for the field I'm interested in film music, it is the way. So, projects I want to do in the future, absolutely. And I've got a lot of sort of ideas of themes and sort of music that I can produce, but ultimately it depends on the material at hand.
That's always true. So, what is the title of your piece?
It's called Celebration Fanfare, and unlike some of the other people here, mine doesn't have a deeper symbolic meaning. The name I just added retrospectively because it was to serve the purpose of this, of this competition. So it was meant to be big and loud and celebratory. So that's why I chose the name.
Great. I think we should just listen to it.